So I have some very big concerns for the upcoming Tokyo Ghoul re-anime, right? For those of you who do not know, Tokyo Ghoul Season 3 has been announced for 2018 sometime, and it turns out that they're going to be adapting the Tokyo Ghoul re-manga. Now this is very important because obviously the Tokyo Ghoul anime, Season 1 and Season 2, has been quite shaky following the source material. When you jump over to the third season, the fact that they're adapting the source material, it's kind of a little bit weird, especially with the story of Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re and how we get there. The anime has a lot of explaining to do. This is where my concerns lie. I think for manga readers, you should already know what the big concerns are for this Tokyo Ghoul Re anime, but I'm going to try and keep this spoiler free for anime only watchers. So firstly, Tokyo Ghoul has 2 seasons, Season 1 and Tokyo Ghoul Route A, which Route A is, let's just say, not the most well received season for the Tokyo Ghoul anime. Definitely stirred some controversy in the community, and a lot of people just really didn't enjoy it. I am not a big fan of it just because I was reading the manga before I watched the anime. So when I found out that Route A wasn't following the source material, wasn't following the manga story, and that they were going to go in their own direction, I was kind of a little bit worried because I knew at this point Tokyo Ghoul is going to be quite a long running series, and the fact that if they wanted to continue animating this show, they would face some pretty big issues. Because putting filler into a seasonal anime is not a bad thing. It doesn't disrupt the overall story. However, if you make a whole season not canon and not follow the source material, you're going to have some very big hiccups when you try to actually adapt the source material in future seasons. And this is my big concern for Tokyo Ghoul Re, the anime. So firstly, there's a handful of things that make this Tokyo Ghoul Re anime very nerve-wracking. First and foremost, one of the biggest things that they left out of Route A is the Arima and Kaneki fight, right? Now this fight takes place at the end of Tokyo Ghoul Part 1, and it is a very, very important fight. Like, I can't stress enough how important this fight is to traverse over to the Tokyo Ghoul Re fight. Tokyo Ghoul Re wouldn't be a thing without this fight. Now you could probably already see the problem, right? Because that fight did not happen in Route A. They completely left it out, they didn't show it, and it is very, very important for the story. And the fact that they're jumping back to the source material, it doesn't really make sense. Another big thing that actually disrupts almost the entirety of this upcoming Tokyo Ghoul Re anime is Kaneki's progression and how they actually push it off in a different direction in the Route A anime. Now what I mean by this is Hide, the character. They actually killed off Hide in Tokyo Ghoul Route A. Now I won't spoil what happens with Hide and how we come to find out about Hide and what actually happened and everything along the swords, but that moment, that final moment with Hide and the Kaneki versus Arima fight is very, very important. They couple hand in hand together. And the fact that they killed off Hide very prematurely in Route A and how it didn't really affect Kaneki to that massive degree that it was meant to really puts Tokyo Ghoul Re, the anime, in a weird position. Because Hide is a pivotal point for Kaneki as a character, and this happens multiple times throughout the story. If you're lucky, you may actually see it in the Tokyo Ghoul Re anime. Hide is a pivotal figure for Kaneki and his mentality, and basically if Route A wanted to connect to the Tokyo Ghoul Re anime, they would have had to shown Hide kind of progressing Kaneki by his death, right? But they done it in the opposite direction. They done it more so for the emotional impact instead of the progressional impact that it has on Kaneki. Without spoiling too much, how it does kind of wrap up with the source material is that Hide dies and Kaneki kind of goes out of control. He loses his mind, and this kind of throws him into a new form that we've never seen before, something that's very new to Kaneki, but he has basically dived into the insanity pool. He's lost control of everything. And this is when he goes up against Arima, which is a very phenomenal fight in essence. Like, it's very important. And Arima deals with Kaneki in a certain way that leads it on to the Tokyo Ghoul Re story. So when you're reading the manga and then you start Tokyo Ghoul Re, because it stops and starts very abruptly, it kind of all starts to make sense and why it happened and, you know, why Kaneki did this and what happened to Kaneki and why Arima done this in the first place. That is completely gone in the anime, and that is my biggest concerns for it. The fact that the only way they could really showcase this important stuff is through flashbacks. And even so, I doubt they're going to just flood us with the first episode of flashbacks trying to catch up to the source material that they didn't show in Route A. Unfortunately, they can't even do it properly because of the way they dealt with Hide's character in Route A and the fact that he's such an impactful character. So I'm very confused. I'm sitting here and I'm kind of like, you know, how are they actually going to try and connect Route A to the Tokyo Ghoul Re anime? 100% anime only watchers are going to be completely confused. I'm really hoping that this Tokyo Ghoul Re anime is not filler. Like, it's not the Route A equivalent of Tokyo Ghoul. I really hope that doesn't happen, because there is a lot of phenomenal stuff that happens in Tokyo Ghoul Re, and if they continue with the seasons, you know what I mean? Like, if they continue with a Tokyo Ghoul Re season 2, we could see some phenomenal stuff go down. The only problem is their connection between the first part and the second part just doesn't make sense. I am worried to see how they actually try and wrap it up and how they try and get it to make sense, basically. It's a very weird situation, and the way they kind of portrayed Kaneki in Route A is completely different than what he should have been portrayed as. Once again, I'm not too sure how they're going to do it. I do have a lot of concerns for it. I mean, regardless of the concerns, I still am very excited to see how they adapt this show and how faithful they're going to be. All in all, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a lot of issues with this upcoming anime. I do hope for the best. You know, I'm hoping it does do well. I'm hoping it is faithful, but it's really hard to come back from Route A. They really did twist the story a little bit too much, and it's hard to kind of connect it to Tokyo Ghoul Re to kind of fill in the blanks that Route A basically produced. So with that being said, thank you all for watching, but I'm actually going to end the video for you. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.